American retail capitalism is a particular model of capitalism, or as I characterize it, which is based on very low cost, ultra thin margins, and very high convenience for consumers. And why we should care is because, at least in my analysis, it is part of a very deep and I think negative equilibrium that has developed in the United States, where you have low-income workers who are the employees of these low-value goods, who over time have come to rely on the existence of these low-cost sellers to be able to make ends meet in their own households. So I point to two main factors that I think distinguish the United States from other countries, or have historically distinguished the United States. One is an extremely congenial antitrust regime, a legal regime that has been extremely permissive toward big players like used to be, in the 19th century, it was Sears, then it was, later, or more recently, Walmart and Amazon, that have created a very congenial legal context in which they have been able to thrive and grow. And the second factor that I point to in my work is the fractured regulatory landscape in the United States, which has allowed large, nationally anchored companies to be able to maneuver across a regulatory landscape that has assigned many regulatory powers to state and local governments. And so there's a kind of mismatch in power between the regulatory authorities that are empowered to try to regulate these companies and the level at which these companies operate. And so they've been able to engage in extensive regulatory arbitrage to take advantage of that landscape. I think there's some features that are distinctive to the United States, but I see a trend in other advanced countries, including Europe, toward some of the same tendencies. And so the United States, in that sense, could be a kind of cautionary tale, perhaps, for Europe, and one in which I would say the main countervailing forces that one might want to mobilize or marshal in order to prevent a full Walmartization or Amazonization of Europe would be antitrust tools to try to rein in the power of dominant companies, and also labor laws that can shore up the strength of labor as an important countervailing force against these kinds of dominant players.